how I create a week's worth of content in one afternoon using AI. And by the end of this video, you understand exactly how I plan, write, and organize a full week of content in a single afternoon and why AI genuinely makes this possible. So I had a problem. So I used to think consistent creators were different to me. Like they had more time, more energy, more ideas. I'd watch someone posting every single day and think like, how are they doing that? Because for me, the content felt like a consistent battle. I spent the whole evening thinking about an idea and I'd come up with nothing, or I'd have an idea, I'd sit down to write it, get stuck halfway through, and then give up. Or I'd film something, feel like it wasn't good enough, and then just not post it at all. And the worst part was the guilt. I'd go quiet for a few weeks, feel like I was then falling behind, come back and not knowing where to start again. And that cycle just completely did my head in. I wasn't bad at creating the content, I just didn't have a system. And without a system, everything feels hard. The shift. So I started using AI properly. I didn't expect it to change much. I just thought it would help me write captions here and there, write a few scripts, etc. What I didn't expect was for it to change how I think about content entirely. Because once you have AI in your corner, you can stop creating one piece of content at a time. You start thinking in batches, in systems, in weeks, and not days. And that changes everything. Now sit down on like a Sunday afternoon, have a focus session, and then by the time I wake up in the morning, I have a full week of content planned, written, and ready to go. Not drafted, not half finished, like actually ready and scripted, ready to film. That felt impossible to me 6 months ago. So here's a bit about my content system. So this is what the whole thing looks like from top to bottom. Everything lives in one place, which is my Notion. The outlines, the scripts, the ideas, the captions, the scheduling dates, all of it. And before I had this, it was all in my Notes app, in my Google Docs, in my head. And now there's just one place where I go and everything is just there, which is my Notion. That's where the ideas go, that's where the outlines live, that's where the finished scripts end up. It's like having a content conveyor belt. Something goes in as a rough idea into Claude, and then it comes out in Notion ready to film. And AI is what makes that conveyor belt move fast. So how AI actually fits in. So I want to be clear about something here. AI doesn't replace you, it doesn't replace me. So it does the content writing for you, but not the stuff that actually connects with people. So it takes all the slow and painful bits and just speeds them up. So you still have to have the idea, you still have to have the opinions, you still have to have the stories. AI just helps you get it out of your head and into something usable fast. So think of it like this. So you've got a coffee, the AI is the coffee machine. But without it, you're just standing there with a handful of beans. And that's the relationship. You bring the personality, the experiences, the only things that you can say, and AI just structures it, repurposes it, turns one idea into 5 pieces of content. And because AI is doing all that background work, you'll never have to sit down in front of a blank screen again. And that's where the real win is. So what a Sunday afternoon actually looks like for me. So let me paint the picture for you because I think this is the thing that's actually going to make it click. So it's Sunday, 2 in the afternoon. You sit down with a coffee, your laptop open, no pressure. You've got about a couple of hours. And by the time you get out of your chair, your entire week of content is done. Not half done, not like vaguely planned out, but actually done. So you know exactly what you're posting that week, like what day and what time, etc. You know exactly when you're filming and what you are filming. The captions are written, the hooks are decided. Everything is sitting in a Notion, organized and waiting for you. Monday morning, you're going to wake up and you're not going to be scrambling for the content idea or like what to film. So you're not staring at your phone at 7 in the morning trying to think of something to say because you already know what to say. Then come midweek, you batch your filming in one session, not one video at a time, but multiple pieces back to back whilst you're already there, set up and in the zone. And by Friday, everything is either posted or it's scheduled or at least ready to go. That week feels then calm. There's no guilt, no panic, no disappearing, just a system that's quietly running in the background whilst you get on with everything else. And that's what it looks like in practical. And once you're done, it becomes completely automatic. People worry that using AI will make their content sound robotic. Like everyone's going to be able to tell. And honestly, if you're using AI wrong, then it does feel and sound flat, but generic, forgettable, like it could have been written by anyone. And that's not how I use it, and that's not how we're going to use it. I don't ask AI to write content from scratch. I give it my ideas, I give it my angle, I give it my story, I give all the raw and messy materials, and it just helps me structure and shape it into something clean. The voice is still mine, the perspective is still mine. AI just helps me get it out faster and more consistently. So the difference between AI generated content and AI assisted content is everything. One replaces you, the other amplifies you. This system is the second one. So why consistency matters more than you think. So here's something the algorithm doesn't tell you, because consistency compounds. Every time you show up, the platform notices. Every time you go quiet for 2 weeks, you're basically starting over. So that's why many people feel stuck when they're not building momentum, they're resetting. The creators who grow aren't necessarily the most talented, they're the most consistent. And consistency is really hard when you're doing everything manually. It's not a willpower problem, it's your system's problem. And once you've got a system, consistency stops being something that you have to force. It just happens because the hard bit is already done before the week even starts. And that's why AI is a game changer. Not because it's making your content better overnight, but because it makes showing up sustainable. And sustainable is how you win long term. So, how can you actually make money with this? This is where it gets interesting. Once you've built a content system that actually works, you've got something that other people will pay for, because most people are struggling with the exact same sort of struggles that you are. They know they should be posting, they know it's important and content is important. They just don't have the time or the ideas or the system in place. And if you can walk in someone's business and say, I can build your content system using AI and get you a week's worth of content done in a couple of hours, that's a real service there that you can actually go and sell. So you can sell to coaches, local businesses, personal brands, agencies, literally anything and anyone. They all need content, and most of them are doing it the slow and painful way. You've built it for yourself, you've proved that it works. Now you document the process. Then you just sell that system as a template or an offer as a done for you service. And that's the pattern I keep coming back to. You learn it, you use it, you sell it. The demand is then there, and you'll have people messaging you and asking you how you stay so consistent. That's enough proof. And if you want my full system, everything I use to plan, write, and batch content for using AI for my AI avatar, then it's all in my £27 course. It covers everything you need to start building an income with AI from scratch. The prompting, the products, the systems, all of it. It's the thing I wish I had when I first started. So go grab it. It's the first link in the description.